Hey guys, and welcome back to the first video in 6 months on this channel. That's not a tutorial, sorry, but this is just a video I've wanted to make for a long time, so let's jump into it. Now recently my wife and I have been buying and selling a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace because it's really easy to move stuff on that you don't want and get some stuff for a cheaper price. And as I was looking for some toys for Dexter, I came upon an ad for some Flintstones toys, and one of them looked really weird. It was actually a toy from the 1994 Flintstones live action movie with John Goodman as Fred Flintstone. And it looked so damn funny, I just had to buy it. And this is that toy. And as you can see, it is a disturbingly good likeness of John Goodman. Now, that's creepy enough on its own, but he's got a little switch on the back. And if you just click those together, yep. See, that's already creepy enough, but if I depress it all the way, that's the end result. You get a virtually pretty good likeness of John Goodman with his mouth extended to a ridiculous length. And my first question was, after I stopped laughing and wiped the tears away from my face, is, what is this for? Who is this for? This is a kid's toy. It's called Big Bite Fred, and it originally came with a big sandwich, but I'm just going to close it down. And it got me thinking, are there other toys in this Flintstones line with this really weird, accurate John Goodman face? And it just so happened that there was, and one of them talked. So I went down the rabbit hole on eBay and I found something called Talkin' Fred. Now these toys, as of this time right now, are roughly 29 years old. So you're thinking, maybe they'll be expensive. They're not. Like, at all. And this is the end result of my search. But it gets better. Oh. So you might think, Gran, it's a 29-year-old toy, still in the box. This thing's got to cost a fortune, right? It costs $9.50. It actually costs less than it retailed when it was on sale 29 years ago. Kind of says a lot, doesn't it? Now, one of the funniest things that I found about this toy, despite the fact that it's pretty much an exact likeness of John Goodman from 1994 with a plush outfit that talks, it's also the commercial for it. Check it out.
That's Fred Flintstone, and he talks.
Just like in the movie!
Flintstone, meet Fred Flintstone.
Mama!
Fred!
He's a friend right out of his story.
No, they don't know!
When you're with Fred Flintstone, you've got a yabba dabba do buddy.
Bonnie, you're my best pal.
And you're my best pal, Fred.
Talking Fred Flintstone says 4 phrases when you hug him. Battery not included. New from Mattel.
So this was a toy that was intended for young children to play with and take to bed at night and snuggle in with. Can you imagine that? Imagine a 5 to 8 year old actually wanting this thing in bed with them at night. I mean, even imagine an adult rolling over and seeing this face looking at you. Now, one of the even funnier things about this particular doll is that the voice is sped up. It is actually supposed to be John Goodman's voice. You heard it in the commercial.
Bonnie, you're my best pal.
And you're my best pal, Fred.
But for some reason, mine has a sped up chipmunk voice. I don't know why, but it makes it instantly funnier than normal. I have done that far too many times. Now, if you check out the back, there are actually other toys in this Talkin' line. There's a Cuddly Soft Pebbles, there's a Cuddly Soft Bam Bam, and there's a Cuddly Soft Dino. All of these look like normal children's toys, until you get to this bad boy. It gives me pause that someone thought that this was a good idea. Someone greenlit this thing, manufactured thousands of them, put them in toy stores, and expected this thing to sell like hotcakes. Don't get me wrong, I love that they did it, because this proudly sits on my shelf. But you gotta wonder, what the hell were they thinking? Now, as I mentioned, the voice box is sped up. Like, it's busted. I've opened him up, I've gone in there, and I've tried to fix it as best I can, but that just ain't happening. The voice box is way too old, and it operates off a tape system, so even if I really wanted to fix it, I can't. So I thought, why not just put a new one in there and put whatever I want as the voice? So that's what I did. I actually went on to Amazon, ordered a new voice box that I could customize with whatever tracks I want, and I loaded it up with a whole bunch of John Goodman quotes from a bunch of his movies, mainly Big Lebowski. So what I thought I might do right now is open him back up, put that new voice box in, and let's have a listen to him then. So gang, this is the down and dirty voice box that I grabbed. It's just a push button thing that you plug in the computer and it acts like a USB drive. You dump some MP3s on it, and when you push the button, out comes the sound. So all I'm going to do is just open up Fred, take his original voice box out, and replace it with this one, so that when you go, it's going to play a John Goodman quote. Now, this is either going to be really, really funny, or it's going to be a complete waste of my time. I'm betting on really funny. So let's do this. Okay, the old voice box is out. Now, let's put in the new one. Okay, the new voice box is in. So, moment of truth.
Dude, are you fucking this up? Son, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
One more.
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the role?
That was so worth it. So guys, thus ends my adventure with the extremely weird live-action Flintstones toys. I don't know who they are for, I don't know why they made them, but I'm sure they made very little money.
And now a word from our new sponsor.
Say Doug, do you know what's great fun?
What?
Going through your internet history.
What?
Yeah, it turns out you don't have a VPN, and now I have a list of all the places you visit, and quite frankly, I'm both shocked and appalled.
What?
Yeah, you make me sick, and I thought Austin was bad. But you know, friends, it doesn't have to be this way. With NordVPN, you can cloak your IP address and protect your connection with robust encryption. And let's face it, robust is the best type of encryption, right, Austin?
Of course, baby.
With NordVPN, you keep your personal data safe and private no matter what you do online, whether you're checking your email, making a bank transfer, or just plain being a creepy pervert like Doug here. NordVPN will make sure you're covered with no bandwidth limits, and even better than that, you can use one account on up to 6 devices.
Wow.
So do yourself a favor, Doug, and you out there as well. Click the link below and use the code FilmLearnin for 70% off a 3-year plan. And you know what? I'll even chuck in another month for free. Just don't tell him I said that. Please? Now before I go guys, I just want to say, and it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, I am sorry for the lack of tutorials and uploads on the channel in general. It's just with 2 kids running around the house, one being 5 and one being nearly 9 months old, it's just impossible for me to create visual effects tutorials. I just don't have the time to create them. The only reason I'm able to do this particular video is because it's short, simple, and easy to do, requires no pre-planning whatsoever, and my son's at kindergarten and my wife took my daughter to the gym, so I've got a little window to make this. So it is what it is. When I can come back, I will. I don't know what form that's going to take. I will have to do a studio tour soon because this place is vastly different to what it looked like when I was making Film Learning. I mean, that's where the green screen was behind me, and that is a hell of a lot different. It's one of those things that I'll just sort of have to clean up before I do that. But until I do that, just stay awesome, and I'll see you when I see you.